Hey guys, how's it going today? It's Down for Good again, and today I'm gonna do a Blu-ray collection. I haven't done one, I think, like since 2017 or 18, maybe. Well, it had been longer than that, but so it's 2019. I've gotten a lot more Blu-rays. I used to have these four, sections filled up to this brim right here, but now I have two larger sections. I can't even show it on the camera. They're up there, kind of like on a different shelf. So let's start off. And they're all in alphabetical order this time, so yeah. So I'm going to try to make this video not too long because I could be talking about these movies for hours, because I'm really big into movies. But anyways, I guess I'm just going to do what I do with my VHS reviews, or not, VHS collections, and just like kind of show the front, back, and if I deem it worthy enough, I'll like open it up, maybe show you some of the CD art, or the Blu-ray artwork if it's worth it, which, I mean, of course, this one isn't worth it because this artwork sucks. But anyways, yeah, so let's just get to it. Oh yeah, and of course, I'll just give a brief kind of review for the movie. So Casino Royale, I like that movie. I think it's one of the best 007 movies in the Daniel Craig era. I'm not super huge into 007, the 007 films. So I don't know if it's like, better than Goldfinger, or like, better than Dr. No. I mean, Dr. No's a classic though. But yeah, so I only have the Daniel Craig series. And we got Quantum of Solace, the best one. Just kidding. We got the worst one, Quantum of Solace. When I was a kid, I actually liked this movie. Or not when I was a kid, but when it came out, I was like a teenager, I guess. And now, God, it is awful. Like, it's clear. It's like a 90-minute, I think it's actually a 100-minute movie, where it's like, okay, you can tell this needed to be 2 hours, but they did like a Taken 3 kind of thing, where it's like, you guys cut too much out. Especially the action. Like, it's just too fast-paced that it just doesn't work out. And we got Skyfall. So, for me, my favorite are literally either Skyfall or Casino Royale. It's those two kind of like competing for the gauntlet, or I don't know if I say gauntlet, but it's kind of like those two competing for like to be the best, in my opinion. So yeah, Skyfall is amazing, Casino Royale is amazing. And another funny thing is that when Casino Royale came out, when I watched it, and of course I was a kid, that was 2008, because I'm 22 right now. People keep asking me because my girly voice, apparently, because I have a really high voice. But then they see the hair in my arms and they're like, what the hell? So anyways, so yeah, for some reason when I saw Casino Royale originally, I was like, this sucks. But then I rewatched it kind of recently, and it's so much better. So yeah, anyways, yeah, we got Spectre. I thought it was great. I'd put it under Casino Royale and Skyfall, and then of course above Quantum. Like, that's, you couldn't do it any other way. There's like no other way. It had to be one of those. Two Guns, I think it's a fun comedy. I had a good time. Nothing that special. 10 Cloverfield Lane. I like the original Cloverfield Lane, or no, not Cloverfield Lane, original Cloverfield. I think this movie's great, but the last 10 minutes, J.J. Abrams came in and was like, hey, let me do this, and I feel like he kind of ruined it. But at the same time, I didn't hate the ending. I just thought it came out of left field, and I was like, you know what, maybe you shouldn't have gave J.J. the ending and just did your own ending, because this had nothing to do with Cloverfield when it first came out, or when they were first like pitching it or whatever, or maybe when they first filmed it. I don't know, I forgot the details. But yeah, it's a great movie. And next we got 21 Jump Street, and of course 22 Jump Street. You know what? I think 21 Jump Street's amazing. It's like a great kind of, everyone sucks the dick of that movie, but 22 Jump Street, I remember liking it. I think it's a good movie, but I will say, people told me that movie's not as good, and I don't know, because when I watched it in theaters, and everybody was laughing, so I was laughing. So my memory of that movie is like, hey, it's a funny comedy. So yeah, 1408, a great underrated horror film. There's nothing more to say. Watch it if you haven't seen it. 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I got the how many years is this? I swear it's definitely not 50, or it might be 50 actually. But yeah, so this is a classic by Stanley Kubrick, of course. 2001: Space Odyssey. Got the 4K version too, which comes with the Blu-ray 4K disc, and then I think there's a Blu-ray special features under that. Yeah. So this one is definitely worth the money if you love this movie. It comes with a little cool, like, photo kind of thing. I'm going to try to show some of them. I'm going to do it kind of quick. Hopefully that's in focus. I can't really check. And it comes with a cool little booklet about the movie. Or not about the movie, like stills from the movie and just, like, concept work and concept artwork. Sorry, I can't really speak right now. So yeah, but yeah, 2001, if you haven't seen that movie, and especially if you like Stanley Kubrick, what are you waiting for? It's just a classic. So when they announced the 4K Blu-ray, I had to get it immediately. But yeah, this is the original 2008 release Blu-ray or something like that. So yeah, we got Alien, and I think should be because Aliens, and Alien 3. I can talk a lot about the alien stuff. Oh, you know what? And we got Covenant right here. So, in I'm gonna keep it short, simple. Alien is a freaking Alien's a classic masterpiece horror film. Watch it. It's amazing. Now, Aliens is another James Cameron classic sequel. Now, real quick, I'm gonna say people were telling me, "Oh, James Cameron's like the best director of all time," and I was like, "I mean, really? He only has like 4 good movies if you really think about it." I mean, yeah, he did do Aliens and Terminator 2, which are the best sequels of all time, other than Blade Runner 2049, in my opinion, which I'll get to. So, I think he's amazing, but when you look at his library, he has some good movies, but he only has like 4 or 5 really good movies, and then the rest are like okay, in my opinion. So I think he gets too much credit, but I mean, but then again, it's like if you made Terminator 2 and Aliens, like I guess you deserve the credit. And yeah, as you can tell, I don't like Avatar or the Titanic. Maybe I have to rewatch them, but when I first watched that Avatar, I didn't like it. Just a Pocahontas ripoff. We got Alien 3, which I think is not good. It's funny because it's what's his name? It's David Fincher's first movie, and he's a great director. And it's funny because there's like a bunch of stories about how 20th Century Fox ruined it for him because he was like a new director at the time. And it's sad because it could have been so much better, but they were just, studio was controlling it. And you know, you hear so many stories about studios controlling movies and then them turning out to be shit. So yeah, Alien 3, it's shit. Like, what more do you want? And then of course Alien Resurrection, which I don't have, is dog shit. And then I think there's like one other one. No, the other one is Prometheus, which I have. It's in alphabetical order, so I'll get to that. Alien Covenant. I mean, honestly, I actually liked Alien Covenant. I rewatched it and I didn't like it as much. I actually have an unboxing of this Blu-ray when it first came out, so you can check that out on my channel. But you know what? Actually, I did actually kind of like this movie because it kind of came back to the original roots of Alien. I wouldn't say it's like amazing, but I thought it was like a decent 6 or 5 out of 10. You know, all right. American Psycho, uncut version. I mean, this is a classic. You can't go wrong. I brought this over to my friend's house because he's never seen it. So I left it there overnight, and of course he doesn't have kids, but he lives with kids apparently. I don't know, I'm not gonna get into it, but I guess one of the kids or something put like a DVD on top of this case, and like it was like sticky or something, so it kind of messed that up, which is annoying. But whatever. I got this at Black Friday for like $8. But I mean, this movie's. I mean, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a classic. You know, great. Kind of speeding through these. We got Annabelle Creation. Now, funny story about this movie is that the director, this is the only Annabelle movie I like. The first one's trash. The second one, which is this one, which is pretty good. The third one, I thought it was actually alright because I've seen it kind of recently, but I don't really remember much about it, so it must not be that good. But the funny thing about this guy who directed it, I forgot his name, but he has a cool YouTube channel, so if you're the type of person that likes making like short films or videos in general, you should find this guy's YouTube channel because he has a lot of cool, interesting like stuff that you will definitely relate to if you make videos. So definitely check out his channel. I forgot the name of the director, just Google it and check out his channel. Annihilation, I love it. It's amazing. What more do you want? It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's like Alien. Yeah, a lot of these I can't really get into because I don't really know how to describe some of these movies. And of course we got Apocalypse Now. Now this movie is a classic, best war film of all time in my opinion. Now here's an issue. It's 2-disc Blu-ray. It has Apocalypse Now and then the Redux cut. Now thank God I actually went to Reddit and I was like, okay, which one should I watch first? I've never seen them. And now what you want to do, you want to watch, which is still the best version even after the 4K release that came out like a couple months ago. You want to watch the theatrical Apocalypse Now cut. That's the best, hands down cut you can find anywhere, and it's still a classic till this day. Apocalypse Now Redux makes the movie so much slower paced, and especially if you're watching for the first time, you might get a little bored. Now I actually do like Redux, but if you're watching for the first time, or even if you just want to watch it and maybe you haven't seen it in a while, I think no, go to the theatrical is the god edit. It's just the best cut. It's funny because, you know, Francis Ford Coppola, he just came back to it again for the final cut, and it's like, no, just the theatrical is the best, and it always will be the best. Just keep it at that. We got Argo. It's a good movie. What more do you want? You probably have already seen it, or probably hasn't seen it. As Above, So Below. I think there's another underrated horror movie which has a lot of deep, complex levels to it. What's that guy's name? There's a YouTuber that I really like. I forgot his name off the top of my head. I'll probably try to put it in the description, but he makes like a bunch of in-depth, not reviews, but like what happened in the movie. Like, it's called Something Explained. It's that guy. So it's like As Above, So Below Explained. And after I watched this video, I rewatched the movie, and I was like, wow, this movie's so much better than I remember. So yeah, it's actually a pretty good classic. Not classic. It's actually a pretty good horror movie that's underrated. So yeah. And now we got Atomic Blonde, which I thought was amazing. Oh, I liked it. I wouldn't say, you know what, I would say it's on the same level as the first John Wick because they're both entertaining. This one has a little more story, so it's kind of more entertaining for me at least because, you know, with John Wick, it's just like literally half is fighting and half is like the story. Literally. Or actually maybe even less story. Where this movie's like more story and like a little bit of, and then like a little bit of that directing because it's the same director for the first one where it's like, oh, this is some cool fights choreography and fight sequences that are like the best because it's not all like cut like super fast cuts where you can't even tell what the hell is going on. So that's a great movie. Check it out. And then we got Avengers 1, which I think is a great, awesome superhero movie. Can't beat it. It's amazing. And of course the sequel, Age of Ultron, which I thought was alright. I didn't think it was anything close to that, which is still okay. And of course we got Infinity War, which is like my favorite Avengers of all time, just because the massive scale. And you can see my review; it's on this channel. And I don't have Endgame. That's the one Blu-ray I'm missing. I'm gonna buy that sometime recently, but I do like Infinity War better than Endgame. But I do own it on my iTunes account or whatever, so that's another thing. Then we got Baby Driver, which is a great movie. R.I.P. Kevin Spacey. I think it's amazing. I mean, anything Edgar Wright does is a classic, pretty much in my opinion. Like you just can't, like you know, you got Scott Pilgrim, you got Shaun of the Dead. What else is there? I'm trying to have like a mind blank. Hot Fuzz. Those are the ones that can come to my mind right now. But yeah, he's a great director, and it sucks because he was going to make the Ant-Man movie, and Disney was like, nah, we're not letting you do it. And it's like a shame because the Ant-Man movie is not even that great. I would say it's mediocre or even worse than mediocre, like a 4 out of 10, maybe 5 out of 10. But Edgar Wright could have made something special, probably like an 8 out of 10, legitimately with Ant-Man. And I mean, who cares about Ant-Man, right? Like it's Ant-Man. Like no one even knows what that is until after the movie came out, so it's like, man, they should let him do it. And we got my favorite trilogy. Well, I don't know if it's my favorite trilogy of all time, but when I was a kid, it's my favorite trilogy. But one of my favorite movies of all time. We got Back to the Future, the trilogy. This is kind of a cool box set because it comes with like the actual original poster of the movie. You know, so you got the part 2. Well, not poster. Well, yeah, the poster that's like printed on the thing. The disc come out, you know, so it's kind of like a cool little thing. Tells you all the bonus features that comes with it, and then an extra bonus feature disc. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely worth the money. I got it for like $20, I think. It was on sale. But yeah, apparently that went on sale recently for like 18 or something. So you gotta pick that up. It's great. We got Bad Times at El Royale. I like this movie. I haven't heard nobody I knew talked about this movie, which is kind of a shame because I think it's amazing. I thought it was a great, fun drama, like what's gonna happen next type kind of movie. Yeah, thought it was fun. We got Bad Boys 1 and 2. I think these are great comedy action movies. I'm not saying they're like what could I compare it to? I don't know what to compare it to, but I'm not saying they're like classics. They're just great, entertaining. You know, they're Michael Bay films. What do you expect? Oh damn, it's been 20 years. I didn't even realize that. And this isn't even. I got this a little while ago too, so it's probably been like 25 plus years by now. But yeah, this is the Bad Boys 1 and 2 collection. Like I said, yeah, they're great comedy action movies. Yeah, what more do you want? We got the Batman. Okay, I got a lot to say about this. I rewatched every single one of these recently. And of course, Batman and Robin is awful. It's dog shit. It's like a 2 out of 10. It's not even worth watching unless you want to make fun of it. But if you're watching it alone, it's kind of hard to make fun of it, I guess, because you're just like, who am I laughing with? You know, as in the movie Batman Forever. Now, this movie, everyone would say, oh yeah, Batman and Robin's way worse. But honestly, I think it's on par with Batman and Robin. It's just as bad. It's awful. I was watching it. I think I was like watching it like a week ago. It's terrible. So I'm sorry if you're a fan of both those movies, but they're terrible. Batman Returns. I think it's good, but it's too much in my opinion. Like, it's just like, this shouldn't have been a Batman. It's way too dark and just like, I don't even know how that got to be PG-13. That should have been R. That is so, like, I don't know, just, you'd have to watch and you know what I'm talking about. I mean, Danny DeVito, which is great, he bites off someone's nose and there's like a gushing blood and it's like, what? Like, if I watched this today, oh shit, oops. Sorry about that. Cut, okay, go. So yeah, so Batman Returns. So yeah, if I watched this today, I would have been like, what the hell? This must have been R back in the day. But it wasn't. But I think it's alright. Batman, I think it's an okay movie. It's not that great in my opinion. I don't know. I don't really like... I like Batman as a character, but we'll get into that in a little bit. And of course we got the... oh shit, I didn't... I have since it's alphabetical order, I have Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises next to each other, so it's not right next to this. But yeah, so we got... just pretend they're here, because I'll bring them out in a second. So we got Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. I think Dark Knight's the best one. I mean, obviously, no one's going to argue with that. Batman Begins is I don't know if I would say underrated, because I don't think it's underrated. But it's a great movie that I thought back in the day, I was like, I don't really like that movie. recently watched it. I thought it was amazing. Yeah, so check that out. And of course, Dark Knight is the best one. Dark Knight Rises is alright. It had some issues, but whatever. This I haven't even seen. I don't even know what this is. I think I got it at Goodwill for like a couple $, and I was like, hey, I like Batman. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'll see it sometime. I think it's... Oh, this is an actual movie. I could have swore it was just an episode or something. And we got Batman vs Superman. It's awful. What do you want? When I watched it, I liked it. I didn't look at any reviews. I was just like, oh, let me check this out. And I was like, you know what? This is it's pretty good. It's not terrible. And I like the action sequences and stuff. But yeah, after watching reviews about it and really thinking more about it, I was like, yeah, this is pretty bad. Okay, so the camera cut. So I'm just gonna try to go a little faster. It's already been going way longer than I expected. I try to make these videos like 20 to 30 minutes, but I just end up talking so much. So, and it's not in order anymore because the camera cut. And I was like, you know what? The way I was doing it was going too slow. So I'm just gonna a little out of order. It's kind of like backwards in a way. So yeah, Expendables. I think it's a fun action movie. Can't go wrong with it. There's a director's cut which I owned, which is awful. He like changed everything and made a completely different movie. So yeah, I think that's great. We got Evil Dead, the remake and the original. Now, people shit on the remake, but I actually think it's pretty cool. Of course, the original's a classic, but that's pretty much all I really got to say about that. Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan. I don't know if there's any bad movies he's made. This movie is like one of his movies where I was like, I don't even care like war, but because he made it, I went to the theater and I watched it. And I was like, this is a great movie. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Every movie he makes is amazing. Like, he just doesn't make a bad movie, in my opinion. Drive, 2010 classic. Literally, that's all you need to know. Check it out. Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. I'm not super into Dragon Ball Z, but I watched this movie on a whim. I think someone told me about it or something, and I like really liked it. And the extended cut's amazing, or either the extended cut's amazing or the theatrical. I can't remember. There's no way I'm gonna be able to figure it out, unless other than watching them both. But yeah, this is a great movie if you want to get into this kind of stuff. It's a fast-paced, easy to watch. I did see Resurrection F. Didn't really like it, and I haven't seen the new one, Broly. So yeah. Donnie Darko, classic, watch it. Oh yeah, with this one, oh crap, I forgot. I'm pretty sure you want to watch the theatrical, because the director's cut is like kind of more. Yeah, okay, that's right. So if you want to watch this, watch the theatrical. The director's cut's a little, in my opinion, really a lot more in detail, but not for new viewers. You want to be like if you want to already have seen it, if you want to do that. Doctor Strange. I actually really like this more than a lot of the Marvel movies. I'm not really super into Marvel movies. I only have like 10 out of 30 of them. But this is a great movie. I really liked it. Django Unchained. Another thing I was going to say, Quentin Tarantino never made a bad movie. He's amazing. Another great director. Can't go wrong. Django Unchained's amazing. Dinner for Schmucks. I liked it when I was in middle school. I haven't seen it since. It's a comedy. Yeah. Deliver Us from Evil. I think it's an underrated horror movie. I like it. It reminds me of the game Condemned, if you remember that. I don't know why. Every time I watch this movie, I want to play Condemned. And every time I play Condemned, I want to play this movie, which makes no sense because they have nothing to do with each other. But I just get that weird vibe for some reason. So, yeah, great. I think it's a great movie. Defiance. I haven't seen it. Sometimes I'll buy movies that I think look interesting, which I'd never do it anymore because I end up regretting it, which is the one I regret. And who knows, maybe this is a good movie, but I just never had the chance to watch the whole thing. But it has good reviews for it, and I actually like Daniel Craig, so who knows, maybe I gotta watch that sometime. Deadpool, I don't have the second one. I think Deadpool 1's pretty good, but I think it's overrated. I think Deadpool 2 is not that great. Not really much to say. It's Deadpool, everyone likes it. This movie is not a good rewatchable movie in my opinion. I don't think it's that good. But yeah, if you watch it once, you're like, hey, that was a cool, rated R fucking superhero movie. Other than that, no. Dazed and Confused, classic comedy. Watch if you haven't seen it. You can't go wrong. All right. Okay. The Da Vinci Code. I love this movie. I didn't think I'd like it. If you haven't seen it, to me, it's like a national treasure for adults. As in, it's more complex thinking. It's not like, we gotta steal the Declaration of Independence, and I don't know that. I wouldn't say that movie's for kids or anything. National Treasure, but I don't know. I get a vibe that's more adult friendly or whatever. There's two cuts. There's like a director's or extended cut and original cut. I'd say watch the original cut. The extended cut's like 3.5 hours or some shit. And it's like, okay, that is too much. And like I was saying, we got Dark Knight Rises. I already said my opinion on that. Dark Knight's the best one. Dark Knight Rises is pretty good. What more do you want to know? It's amazing. Crazy Stupid Love, a great comedy. I don't like rom-coms or anything, but I thought this movie was really entertaining and funny. And maybe it got me into them, but I haven't seen another rom-com that I liked, except for like a couple that I have. I have like 5 in total in my whole collection. Oops, shit, sorry. Ah, we're dying here. Okay, I got Crazies. A fun 2010, maybe 2009 horror movie that was alright. I wouldn't even say it's underrated because it's like not that great. It's a remake off of the original from like the 70s or something. I'm pretty sure there's like a video about that. Thought it was kind of fun, you know, whatever. The Craft. I love this movie. It's more of a girly movie, maybe, I guess. I mean, it's rated R, but I can't really it's like a witch movie. I don't know. I'm really into like Wiccan stuff and witchcraft type stuff. I think it's interesting. And this is a cool, fun, like, I mean, honestly, this should be a teen movie. Let's be real. It's a teen movie, really, for, like, high school girls, but I like it. I guess I'm a high school girl. Fuck it. Cowboys and Aliens. Everybody shit on this movie. I don't know why. I don't know. I watched it, and I was like, hey, this is pretty... I mean, I like Daniel Craig, like I said. I like Harrison Ford. Olivia Wilde's all right. Cowboys and Aliens, it's just that as like a movie. Like, oh, the Cowboys are cool. I love the Western. And then you bring aliens into that. It's like, oh, how can you go wrong, in my opinion? And I don't think they did that bad of a job. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Like I don't know. I feel like people unnecessarily shit in that movie. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing some big point that's crazy. Contact, another classic. Check this movie out if you haven't seen it. It reminds me a lot of Interstellar for some reason. I think that's because of Matthew McConaughey, but it's a great movie. Space kind of movie. Conjuring 1 and 2. I think they're great horror movies. I remember when the first one came out, I saw the trailer and I'm like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. She claps and then something claps at her because that's what the gimmick they were going with. But it's an amazing movie. Colombiana, I haven't seen it since I got it. It's probably not that good. It's an unrated cut. It's originally PG-13, so there's not much of a difference. Clockwork Orange, classic. What more do you need to say? It's Stanley Kubrick. Every movie he makes is classic. Another one of those directors. Blank. Clash of Titans, awful. I haven't seen it since in theaters or something. Actually, I don't know. Maybe this isn't as bad as I remember, but I'm pretty sure it's bad. Chernobyl Diaries. This one I kind of regret. It's a personal. What's the word? It's like a movie that I necessarily don't like, but I'll still put on. Guilty pleasure, I guess, but I don't think it's that great. Captain Phillips, Tom Hanks. Almost every movie he's in is great. Almost, but I think this one's pretty good. Captain America: Civil War. This is the first movie that got me into the Marvel Cinematic Universe bullshit. To be honest, I never cared about Captain America. I liked, the first Iron Man. But at the time, that was about it. This is the first movie that I watched. I was like, hey, I mean, you know what? Maybe the superhero movies aren't as bad as everyone says they are. Or maybe they're as good as everyone says they are. Cabin in the Woods. Thought it was a great horror comedy, like, entertaining movie. Watch it. Bourne Legacy. That's the only Bourne I have. I don't know. I liked it when it came out. Thought it was entertaining. The best Bourne yet. I don't know about all that, but it's great. And we got the big dog right here. Blade Runner. Final Cut. Amazing. I think this is actually the best cut to watch. You could argue the director's cut because there's like more violence in it, and it's like a different color correction. But I think the Final Cut's my personal favorite. You can't go wrong. This is a classic, amazing movie, like a 10 out of 10 pretty much. Yeah. And then we got 2049, which I have a review for. If you've seen it, I love this movie. I think it's one of the best sequels ever made. Or you know what? I think it is the best sequel ever made, given the first one and what they did with it. So yeah. We got Beavis and Butthead Volume 4. I like the Beavis and Butthead show. I haven't seen it in like years, because it's so old. From the 90s. It's a cool little collection. It's the new episodes, though. That's the thing. It's not old episodes on Blu-ray, it's just new episodes. Battle Los Angeles, I haven't seen this in years. I don't think it's that great. But I liked it when I was a kid, so. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Getting this thing. Let's pull out this one real quick. Alright, so we got Hot Tub Time Machine. I like it. I think it's a good, entertaining comedy. Just make sure I'm in frame here still. Okay, good. Got Hot Rod. I think it's an underrated comedy. I love Lonely Island. They're all in it. Can't much more say about that. Horrible Bosses. I love this. There's another great comedy I love that I think is underrated. I really love this when it came out. The Totally Inappropriate edition or whatever is the only way to watch it, in my opinion. Like the theatrical cut. Okay, for some reason, the director's cut, I'm just going to call it the director's cut, is the better cut. Like, it has the better, funnier jokes. I don't know why the theatrical cut has the lesser funny jokes. It's just weird. So, yeah. And it's only, 3 more minutes, so it's, you don't even notice the pacing at all. So, yeah, definitely get that. I hate when those comedies do that. They just, really just keep the jokes in there. Hereditary, one of my favorite horror movies of all time, period. It's amazing. Watch it if you love horror movies. The Haunting in Connecticut, I thought it was alright. Good horror movie. Hateful Eight, it's great. Quentin Tarantino, yep. Harry Potter, the first one. Harry Potter's a classic. You can't go wrong. I like the early years better than the later years. I only have that one on Blu-ray, though. Hardcore Henry, great action, fast-paced, first-person movie. It's like Call of Duty. because it's first person or whatever. I love this movie. People were giving me shit about loving it, but I thought it was great. It's entertaining. It's like a ride. You just watch it for the 90 minutes. It's a fun ride, you know. Great actors too. Hangover Part 1 and 2, and I have an old school bundle. I don't like old school though, by the way. I don't like Hangover Part 3. I don't know. I liked Part 2 for some reason. It got shit on, but I kind of like Part 2. So yeah. Halloween Classic 35th anniversary edition. Has a poster, you know, and it has like some pages and stuff. It's a classic. What more do you need to know? You already probably know that though.